faith is vision. Faith and belief is vision. You have to see some things. I looked at the mission of Church of the Good Shepherd, and it says, we are a faith community and disciples of Christ. We empower one another as a church by preserving our legacy of worship, fellowship, and community outreach and service to God. Our vision, where we're headed, to be people guided by God who seek spiritual growth, social justice, and community revitalization. We welcome all ministries as a community of faith. You have a vision, which means you have a planned out blueprint for your faith. You can't just say we believe, but we believe according to this. So that's what I want you to understand, that in the history of this place and the history of this community, there has always been belief, declaration, and action. Okay? The needs of the community surrounding the church was a belief of Reverend Joseph Evans. He believed that there had to be some outreach within his community. That was his belief. And then before the arrival of Dr. Chambers, there was a 2-year stint in which this church didn't have leadership. But they couldn't just put anybody in this pulpit, so they had to believe and stand on faith that no matter how long it took, we're going to get somebody in this pulpit who was going to lead this church in the direction we needed to go. So that is belief. You are decreeing things, and you are putting that into action. So you have to understand that in order to rebuild, you have to have those things. The Montina's Club, 55 years of service. When I looked at the acronym, money, energy, time, and talent, that's a decree. The organization is saying that we decree that we are going to use money, energy, time, and talent to bless this place and to use this place to bless this community. That is belief, decree, declaration, and action. So you have to understand that those are action items. Those are action items. Also, I looked at the goals. The goals of the church. It says a verb. One verb and all the goals of this church. To be. To be a Christian community, open and affirming all God's people. To be a faith community. To create, share, and encourage. Those are all verbs. Those are all words of action. To celebrate the blessings of this gifted community. To welcome and support and orientate all those who may join us. So you see all of these verbs here. To be, to create, to share, to encourage, to welcome, to support. Those are all forms of action. And what we fail to do sometimes is we don't put our mouth where our faith is. And we don't put our feet where our faith is. So you can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't put it to action through your words and through your feet, it just stands as a belief. So belief without action is just a statement. Mm-hmm. It's just a statement. We believe. How bad do you believe? We believe. I'm looking around, I don't see any fruits of your belief. You have to demonstrate a fruit of your belief. Your faith has to prosper and produce fruit. Other than that, the world will look at what your faith is and say, well, I see no fruit from your faith, so why should I believe your God? Mm. So as followers of God, we've got to create fruit that makes the world say, I want what they have. I want what they have. I want that peace, not just material things. I'm talking about when you walk in the door holding hands with your wife, when everybody else is mean, mugging, and acting a fool and arguing with theirs. When you walk in, couples say, oh, I want that. I want what they have. That's what this church has to continue to do. Produce fruit that will make other people in this community say, I don't know what they got going on in that building, but I want in. Mm-hmm. And that's what the church is supposed to do in the community. So I wanted to talk about briefly the concept of staying in position. Because when we talk about staying in position, a lot of our failure as a community has become because of 3 F's. Faithless, fearful, foul mouth. Faithless, fearless. No, faithless, fearful, and foul mouth. See, we're talking about believe, decree, and act. But believe is affected by not having faith. If you don't have faith, you can't believe. So when we decree a thing, we can't decree a thing with a foul mouth. I can marriage, but if I'm going home constantly talking about how my wife get on my nerves, that is not decreeing a happy marriage. Right. If I want my kids to do well in school, I can't say my child is smart. Then when he comes home, I say, you're going to be just like your dad. See, somebody laughing in here because it's true. Mm-hmm. You can't speak darkness over your child and expect the production of fruit of light. That's right. What you want out of your child, you got to speak it. Your child is surrounded by people on a daily basis who tell them that they are not enough, they're not capable, they're not pretty enough, they're not tall enough, they're not strong enough, they got the wrong zip code, but you have to speak power over your child. You have to speak power over this church. You got to speak power over your pastor. You got to speak power over your fellow staff and congregation members. So